Hello and welcome to Mile High Reefers. I'm Scott Anderson and today we're going to take a tank tour of this 90 gallon. It's been a while since we've looked at it, so let's see where things are at.
Okay, so this is December 7th, 2012, and we're doing our tank update, and we've had many changes since the initial tank review that I posted online. Since then we've added bio pellets to the system, we've started dosing with 2-part, and we've got many new corals. So we'll start off with the fish. The fish are doing really good. I've got no problems with any of them. Rankin's maybe showing a little sign of ick again, so we'll monitor him and see how he's doing, but beyond that everybody's looking pretty good. The clowns are doing great, the chromies are great, so I'm really happy with the way everything's going. So let's go take a look at the corals. Okay, so we're just going to start on the left of the tank and move to the right. What we're looking at here is a form of spreading Xenia. I was told he was called blue Xenia, but he's just been a complete plague in this tank. I had him in my old 29 gallon tank, and he really didn't do a whole lot in there, but I put him in this corner in kind of lower light, lower water flow, and he is just gone nuts. He used to live up on these rocks, and he was growing onto the rocks, so I moved him to the corner, and now little pieces of him just come off, and he blows in the waves, and there's just pieces of him everywhere in the tank. And he has these little tentacles, and I don't know if you can see him down in the sand bed, but I assume that those are part of its defense system. So I'm thinking he's going to be fairly aggressive once he gets close to other corals. So I'm not sure what I'm going to do about this guy, but he could be a problem in the future. So here's the Galaxia, and he is a really cool coral. He's a stony coral with large polyps, but he's not real big. He's really cool, but when I got him, he was much greener than he is now, and in my tank, he's kind of turned pink. And that's one thing I'm learning about this hobby is everything changes colors on me. So I've kind of quit buying for color and just bought for cool, and just hope it turns out cool in my tank, because when I buy something at the store and I bring it home, it seems like every time I do that, it turns out a different color. So it's kind of weird, but it's really cool too, because you just never know what you're going to get. So here's the candy cane coral, and you can see he's kind of splitting off on this side. That back head that you can see back there is also splitting, but you can't see him real well. But he's doing extremely well. He hasn't really puffed up as much as some candy canes do. But overall, he's doing really well. I'm really happy with this guy. He's a super peaceful coral. He's been really easy to take care of. Just liked whatever location I put him in, you know, other than the fact that he doesn't puff up as much as some trumpet or candy cane corals. So here's the hammer. He's one of my favorites, but he's been a bit of a struggle for me. The left side of him is doing really well, as you can see, but the right side's just never really come out of his shell. So I've moved his location several times. He's doing a lot better now. I had the coral kind of close to him, and it wasn't stinging him, but there could be some chemical warfare thing going on. So I did move the cold. He seemed like once I got him out from directly into the metal halides and into a little lower water flow that he liked that a little better. Started to open up a little more. So we will keep our eye on him, see how he does. But so far, he's looking better. And every day, he just seems like he's a little stronger. So I hope that's the trend we continue on. So here's the new location of the colt coral. Probably not the last time I'll move this guy. I really love these colt corals. They are a really quick growing coral. They look really cool. They blow around. The only thing is they are a little bit of aggressive corals. So you got to kind of watch where you put them. And other than that, they are super easy to take care of. When I initially put this guy in, He went in and was open in no time. I've had no problems with him. He's just been awesome. And of course, that brown Monty, he just hangs out back there. He's moved several times. Doesn't seem to matter where I put him. He just does fine. And then the torch coral is just epic. This guy, no matter where you put him, lighting, water flow, it just doesn't matter. He loves it. He's always open. He's always blowing in the breeze. You got to feed this guy. He'll close up and suck in some mysis, shrimp, or krill. He's just a really, really cool coral. So I highly recommend these guys to anybody. So we went to the local fish store over the weekend, and my wife just had to have this green bird's nest. And it's been close to a week now, and he's got no bleaching, no signs of stress from the initial acclimation, so he's doing extremely well. Really happy with this guy. So I hope he does well. He's going to be kind of a medium growth stony, but he got some gorgeous green polyps on him. This guy back here is Styroforna, and forgive me if I pronounce that incorrectly, but these names can get a little tough to learn. He's been really cool. I got him at the same time I got the bird's nest about a week ago. And again, no signs of stress from the initial acclimation or anything. He just hangs out in the back and does really well. Got kind of a cool deep green to him, so really liking this guy. So along with those other two pieces, I got these two Monties. It's a red and a purple plating Montine. I've got them placed close together. These guys should grow really fast, and one thing that should be really cool is these guys should grow into each other. Now, I know generally we try to avoid corals growing into each other, but with these two Monties, I should be able to get away with it. Worst case scenario, I might get a little bleaching on the tips. If that doesn't work out, I can always just move them. But for the time being, what I've seen, it's a really cool look if you can do it and have the corals be healthy. So we're going to give it a try. And then here is my pink bird's nest. This is a coral that I just fell in love with when I bought him. And you know what happens when you fall in love with a coral, right? You bring him home before you're ready for him. So he had a little bit of a rough acclimation. But it's kind of hard to see here. The tips turned a little white on him. And he's coming back, though. All of the polyps on the tip are now pink, and the flesh is now pinkening up. So he's going to be just fine. He just had a really rough start in this tank. But he is going to do really well. I can tell all of the tips are coming back pink. So I think he's in great shape. So down here to the Zilla Garden. So here's another one that's changed colors on me. This guy's from the old 29-gallon tank. The centers are a pink color, and the outside used to be kind of this bluish green that was really beautiful. And he's kind of turned a little bit brown. I've got another piece in the tank, and it doesn't seem to matter where you put him. I'm not sure what kind of conditions he was under before to get the different colors, but he's still really cool, just not as brilliant as he used to be. And then this mystery polyp thingy here, whatever it is, definitely put in the comments column what he is if you know. They're little flowery polyps on here. And he kind of bleached out a little bit. He's kind of a bluish color. And he was I had him up high under some pretty intense lighting. He turned pink. So I moved him down. He's looking a lot happier down here. But not sure what he is. Just kind of a cool little piece. And of course, the green and orange zoes, they just kind of hang out, look nice. So they're doing really well. So here's the zinnias. These guys are just rocking it. They've been in here about a month. I've got another stalk or two that's come off. They just sit there and they pulse all day. They add so much to the tank. Love these guys. Super hardy, super cheap coral, and they're just beautiful. So highly recommend these. The only thing is these do have a reputation for becoming a bit of a plague. So worst case scenario, I might be trying to find new homes for some of its children. So we'll see how it goes, but so far, loving these guys. So my poor toadstool mushroom. I've had this guy placed here and back here, and no matter where I put him, something keeps knocking him off the rock. I've glued him on, I've stuffed him on the piece of rock that he's attached to under things, and it just doesn't matter. Something knocks him off. So, not sure if it's Rinkins, the blue tang, or if it's one of the snails, but right now he's hanging out on the sand bed. Not sure what I'm going to do with him. But he looks happy right now, so I'm probably just going to leave him where he's at as long as nobody's messing with him. So here's the pink Xenia, and he is doing extremely well. You can see he's grown up on the rock. He went from 2 heads originally. He's now closer to 5. So he's doing super well, just pulsing away. So again, another one that could be a bit of a plague, but love the coloration on him. He's just that nice light pink, and he is just gorgeous. He adds so much to the tank with this pulsing. So here's another newer member of the tank. This is the Duncans. And the Duncans is just a beautiful coral. And so far for me, he's been super easy to take care of. I feed him mysis shrimp when I feed the other LPSs in the tank. And I've had no problems with him. No acclimation issues. You put him in, he opens up within a few hours. And then he just stays open all night. And under the actinic lighting, that kind of bluish color you see in the middle turns this brilliant green. So love this guy. He's a very peaceful coral. So next time I'm at the fish store, I'll probably pick up a few more pieces, assuming they're available. But very inexpensive. He was like $5 a head. So I'd love to see a few more of these in this tank. Okay, so here's the Duressa clam. This guy is just really cool. When I first bought him, everything that you see in green was a really deep burgundy color. And he just bleached out. He went from this deep burgundy to this really light pink color. And then the green started to fill in everywhere that was deep burgundy. So I'm sure it's just the differences in lighting and everything in my tank, but it is just the weirdest color change. So something would go from deep burgundy to this kind of aqua green. Now, I really like the aqua green color. It's really cool. But it's just really surprising to me that he would make that change. But another thing I'm learning about the hobby is they do change colors on you. So last but not least is the leather. He is doing just super well. He was down on the sand bed. I've moved him up onto the rock, and he just does extremely well up here. Again, this is another one that's changed colors on me. He was kind of a greenish color when I got him. Now he's this really rich pink color. I'm very happy with him. He's done super well, no problems with him, and he's actually loving the light, loving the water flow, which, you know, they tell you you don't need a lot of light and a lot of water flow to keep a leather, but when you have it, the results are fantastic.
Okay, so this is my most recent tank update. I hope you guys like it. This is probably the last time you'll see the rock work in this exact position. My anemone split about a week ago, and he immediately crawled under some rocks. So it's been a week, he's been under the rocks. I'm going to go ahead and turn the rock work over and try to get him to come out. We'll see how successful this process is, but a little worried about him. I've got 2 of them now, and neither one of them wants to come out from under the rocks. So they've been out a couple times at night, but they always just pull back in during the day. So if you got any ideas other than turning rock work over, what's going on or what's the best method, go ahead and let me know in the comments column. So I hope you like this latest update, and we'll see you on future episodes of Mile High Reefers. Like and subscribe, and I'll make more videos. We'll see you later.